Okay, to save a file, all you need to do is get into After Effects and then go down to Export and add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. That will add your project to this right here, the Adobe Media Encoder queue. It just pops up as soon as you launch this, and it takes a second to pop up. One, to launch the program, which is fairly beefy, because essentially when you're compiling a movie and you're putting together all these files, we're compiling this movie at 30 frames per second, or 29.27 or 97, and at 10 seconds, that's 30 pictures a second it has to compile. Okay, so as soon as your video is loaded into the encoder queue, this whole program, this engine, will render your video. Okay, and make sure, let's see, do I have these settings? Alright, so I need to make sure my work area is the whole time, or at least the time that I want to encode. So if I have my work area expanded to this section right here, it should only encode this section of the video. In fact, we'll do that and see if that works. So we'll encode it to 4 seconds. That way it'll just go faster. Okay, except I've already exported that, so it should. It might not do that. Let's try it again. After Effects, we'll file and export, add to Media Encoder queue. That program's already launched, so I'll go over here. And this was the file that I just submitted. And we'll wait a second to see if this next one pops up. Yep, so this is my new one. Okay, and usually you can leave all these settings the same. We'll make sure we export this to the correct folder. I'll choose the folder I want this to go to videos, and exporting files, and I will title it exporting files. Okay, we'll do exporting e-files. Okay, we'll save that, and then with this, we don't want to do that. We'll keep this right here at adaptive low bitrate. You can play around with this. If you match the source at a high bitrate, it's going to save the file at a larger file and more detailed. Medium quality. I'm going to choose low right here because that should work just fine. We'll check the quality once it's done. But there's all these other selections too if you want to play around with how good those are. 1080p is going to be higher than 720, and that's going to be higher than 480. So we'll leave that. Then when we have our selection ready, make sure you select what you want to export. This is the file that I had in there previously. This is the file that I exported. It doesn't say the date, but it was like a week or so ago. So I'll select that comp1 and I'll click this play button. And then it's connecting to the server, and then it should just start encoding here in a second, and it'll preview what it's making. Okay, so it's thinking it's working. There it goes. That's my animation. It should be, yeah, it's going there. There we go. There we go. Now it's done. Oh, it did both of those. Okay, that's fine. There we go. That's going in a different folder. I'll go to Finder and see where that is. It should be in Videos, Exporting Files, and there we go. If you, see the duration is 4 seconds, just like we changed the setting to. Dimensions are 1280 by 720, so that's pretty good. I'm going to throw this on YouTube, so the quality will be just fine. I press spacebar, it'll play, and there's our animation we put together, and it runs 4 seconds. Remember, it only runs at 4 seconds because we specified the time duration here, the work area end. So if we change that to 5, this would play to 5 seconds. If we did the full 10 seconds that we actually had, it would span that full time. Okay, and that is how you save to, or you export your animation in After Effects to an MP4. So then I want you guys to turn in this MP4 for your project by Monday so we can preview these on screen.